Okay. Hello and welcome to Critical Tumble, where a bunch of longtime friends and nerdy-ass Tumblr users transcend geography through the power of Skype to play Dungeons and Dragons and critically fumble a lot. Let's hope they don't do that too much tonight, because tonight's gonna be a bit of a thing. Previously, the reshuffled and expanded Cupcake Coterie made their way to Starcoast Manor proper, which in and of itself was a bit of a difficult trek. They ran afoul of a vaguely humanoid being made of the black tainting slime and managed to beat it with little to no damage done to them whatsoever, partially down to some very good constitution saving throws and having a fairy dragon in your corner. They finally reached the manor and discovered that there was something very large and kind of tentacle-faced, apparently stomping in a sort of a watch formation around the manor. They managed to get in without attracting its attention, searched a few rooms, found the room that Darwin's mother was occupying. That caused some tensions all the way around because, behold, Sigwald, king of the stupid questions. And eventually, uh, after very briefly peeking into the kitchen and finding some fairly horrifically sludge-tainted kitchen stuff, apparently still going through the motions of cooking for reasons, went into the Great Hall and found Darwin's mother still sitting there. Dead. But not. He mercifully ended her existence in that kind of whatever state she was in. And immediately after that, something very large, that tentacle-faced thing they were trying to run from earlier, came crashing through the plate glass window.
Like the world's worst Kool-Aid man.
That's just gonna be a thing now. You realize you're taking all the all the tension out of this. You know that, right?
It's
Sorry.
still terrifying.
It is extremely terrifying.
It's unstoppable.
Well, to be fair, that was a plate glass window. With although to be fair, with bits of wall, which is probably going to be why Darwin needs to make a dex save.
Oh crap!
Just immediately.
Immediately.
Boss fight begins. Deck save, go.
Well,
Oh Jesus!
it's a flying debris thing.
Well, at least it's hopefully one of my better ones. Let's see. 9.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's not high enough.
You immediately take 7 points of bludgeoning damage as bits of wall basically smack you around the face and shoulders. So yeah, you are currently confronted by this very angry-looking thing. And I would like you all to roll initiative. Endlessly screaming, huh, guys?
Oh boy, these rolls.
14.
18.
13. And 19.
Holy
Well, it
shit.
would probably kind of make sense. You are closest right at this particular point. Hang on. I'm actually going to be trying to make notes so I can just tick off. So that's...
Speaking of food, the wife actually let me know that she had ordered. Oh, well, never mind then.
Okay, that's kind of a... You two! Your initiative rolls! Oh my god!
4
4 and 3.
Or
At least
Remy.
nobody crit. Nobody crit failed.
I think Sigwald and Remy are sort of going like, What? The fuck
Yeah,
was that?
That actually would make a lot of sense given, we've seen these things a bit more often. So, I mean, it would,
Not this thing.
well, not
Not
this
this
particular
specific
thing, but
thing. No.
Great
They're
tentacly
used
juju.
to things being this bad already.
yeah.
Well, these guys have seen the build up to it more than you guys have. And you
Great
guys
And
are
meanwhile,
Dream.
it's
What
like
the-
at least it's not flying
yet. It's got the wings.
yet. Yeah, keyword. Holy crap. Oh God.
Great leathery appendages and a face full of horror.
And then it was. Okay. Cheat sheet is done. Darvin, you have just been hit across the face with a significant amount of debris.
And I'm staring down at the thing that the
Well, up. This thing qualifies as huge, by the way.
Ah,
Okay.
it's big!
okay. Okay. Wow. I will quickly cast. Where is it? I wanted to do the fairy fire on it. I can pop that up. There you go.
It rolled a natural 20.
Wah.
My dice. I'm sorry. Basically, this thing just. The wings beat, and it basically gets above your spell.
Mhm.
Landing.
Oh, it flies!
It
Oh,
does,
it flies!
in
That's
fact,
not good!
fly.
That's not good!
It lands sort of there.
Isola's in care. Isola's panicking.
Yep. So just about avoiding, and Furseth is very nearly landed on.
Oh, it flies! Oh god, it flies! Why does it have to fly too?
What did you think the wings were for?
Decoration? I don't know!
Decoration.
Maybe swimming?
What?
Portable blanket. I don't know.
Hazel logic.
Okay. Okay. That's a bust. Bonus action? Yes.
I'll
maybe?
throw an inspiration dice on Froseth. Please do something even approaching shrewd, because otherwise we're screwed.
It's either gonna be that or tentacle monster food, but yeah. Okay.
Are all terrible.
Furseth has an extra D6 inspiration die. Okay, just to explain for you two, because I know you're either new to setting or new to this version of it. When Darvin gives you an inspiration die, what that means is that you basically have a D6 at this stage until he levels up, which you can roll to add to ability checks, saves, attacks, stuff like that.
Basically anything but damage, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay.
So basically, like, let's say you threw Firebolt as a ranged spell attack and you rolled lower than you would have liked. You then just roll an added D6, and you're muted, aren't you? We're not hearing anything out of you, man.
Yeah.
His sound just dipped out.
There we go.
Work.
Whoop, I had sound.
Did
There you
Did
go.
unplug
Back.
it? Did plug? Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
these headphones in particular. I need to get a new set.
Okay.
That's fair.
Noted. Just, but it's probably just as well because it sounded like it looked like you were trying to talk through my entire explanation.
Okay.
So basically,
Alright.
like let's say you were gonna throw Firebolt, and that's a ranged spell attack, and you rolled low.
Hmm.
You would roll
I
another
got-
d6 and add the thing. Okay.
I got how inspiration works. I'm good.
Okay. It's going on to Froseth for the moment, though, but I just wanted to make sure that was clear so we didn't have hiccups with it later down the line. Clarity!
Alrighty. Can I get here? And that's within melee, yeah?
Yeah. So, there?
Okay.
Sneak
Yeah.
attack. Sneak attack. Sorry.
You are gonna have to... that's another rule I haven't gone through, for you, too. If you try to guide them in combat, even when you don't mean to,
Okay.
I will not accept them doing it.
Okay.
Unless you can say it icily.
All right. Okay, but all right. The thing is, I was just excited because it's like it's just a thing that happens when you're up close as a rogue.
I understand
Okay.
that, but
All right. I'm forgetting I'm not a spectator anymore. I'm sorry. Okay.
So Froseth and Darvin are both in melee, yeah?
they are, yes.
Okay.
But on the other hand,
I'm going to attack.
No, wait a minute. One thing, they're within melee range, but they haven't engaged it yet. They haven't attacked it, technically.
Even with the fairy fire?
No, that's not an attack.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
So unfortunately,
okay.
you rushing it's not going to
Alright,
be a
I'm gonna
surprise
attack
anyway.
with that. Right. Acid dagger. 22.
Roll damage.
All hail arcane trickster stabination.
7 piercing, 4 acid.
The dagger sinks into the meat of its tail at that point. It's the acid doesn't seem to do a terrible lot, but at the very least, the piercing is doing about as much damage as you'd expect an actual dagger to do, which is better than the last one was doing.
At least one of us actually hit the bloody thing.
Bonus action?
Right. Gonna listen 15 feet.
Sorry, that you broke up around there.
Is 15 feet. Can I move there?
Yep. 2, 3. So there?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so Clarity has stabbed and disengaged. The Erdrog is not very happy about this, so...
Oh God.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Oh no, she's pulling out the book.
I do this just to terrify you guys, you know that, right?
Yeah, well, it works.
Okay, so that's 20-foot radius cube, huh? Sphere,
What?
actually. Okay,
Oh,
so
boy.
20-foot radius sphere. Let's see what we can do with drawing tools here.
That's a lot. That's big. That's a big area. That's a big AOE. Yeah, it's big.
Okay, so that would be... No. That's a cube, not a... Oh, fuck it. And I'm not even centered it in the right place, so... Your drawings... Where? Okay, so that would be... shape. I'm looking for a freaking square. No. Well, actually, to be fair, a square is probably the effect radius, so 10, 15, 20, actually, no. So that's...
Which is it, 20-foot cube or 20-foot sphere? 20-foot spheres.
Sphere, but I'm trying to figure out... I'm trying to figure out the, hold Alt for circle ellipsis. Okay. You guys are not making my life very easy, are you? Okay, Alt. So that's, it'd be centered on you guys, so... No, actually, why do you make this so fucking hard? Okay. Yeah, I know. Sorry, I'll have this for you in a minute.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
10, 15. Crap. Swear I'd be better off with freehand. Yeah. So that's... This is... no. Okay, fine. I'm sorry, I'm really just trying to figure out how much you guys have to worry about at this stage. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's still just a cube, but so crap. Hang on. 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, and then it would be sort of to that point there. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh god.
This'll do for the time being.
This is gonna suck.
Roll 20 does not make that easy. A sphere of blackness and bitter cold appears basically directly between Remy and Sigwald.
Whew.
We'll be dealing with exactly what that does to you on your, respective turns, but mostly what you hear is this, from inside, there's this cacophony of soft whispers and slurping noises coming from the inside.
I know exactly what this is. Out of character, I know what this is. In character, I probably also know what this is.
You'd have to actually make an intelligence check to figure out if you... Well, an arcana check in your case to know what this is.
Right.
But...
Okay.
Okay.
This spell looks familiar.
So, yeah, there's... This thing has made a roar, and then there's this sphere of black, and it seems to be extruding milky tentacles and whispers and...
It's a portal to space.
Okay, the fact that I'm wearing headphones when you do that is like, yeah.
We are playing Bloodborne now.
I still am creeped out by that noise just sort of leaking around the room. I have speakers that imitate surround sound. That was creepy.
We're playing Bloodborne now. Oh boy. Also, is my mic muted?
No, you're fine now.
No, you're good.
Don't worry, we'll tell you. We can usually see when you're... Hazel, it is now your turn!
Okay.
Hazel.
I know.
No, Sigwald was saying okay, and I just wanted...
Sigwald's player is saying okay.
Okay. Sigwald's player needs to tone down the commentary just a tiny bit, please.
Panic, Sacred Flame.
What are you Sacred Flaming? Actually, first of all, before you're Sacred Flaming any fucking thing, you take... 9 points of cold damage. You're starting your turn in the sphere. So as this sphere of void turns up, you start getting really cold. This frostbite starts creeping up various bits of exposed skin.
Question.
I'm
Sorry.
wanting to run over here if possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh shit. Hang on. Yeah, we'll ignore that for the time being. Yeah, I know. I just didn't have it switched to actually move tokens.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that my connection didn't eat something like that.
Yep. Okay.
And Sacred Flaming
at the same time you cast Sacred Flame, I'd like to ask. This is something where you where the has to make a save, right?
Let me put up the spell card.
Okay. Let's see. Dex save. Okay. Because if that's the case, I'm going to impose my 8 on the Urdrog.
Okay. Roll me damage.
Right. That's the dice roller. 1d8 radiant. That is 5 radiant damage.
Most of the time, with the things that you have seen in this fog thus far, the radiant damage has been intense. This is more normal. It's not... it's comparatively weak compared to what you've seen. But it's not... it's still doing what appears to be relatively significant damage. It's just not as impressively significant as you're used to.
Uh-oh. Not good! Not good! That wasn't enough!
Bonus action?
I am going to bonus action summon a spiritual weapon next to it.
Okay. Where
Hold on.
next to it? What?
Don't you need an action to cast sacred weapon spirit
Spiritual
weapon?
Bonus action.
It's bonus action.
Casting is bonus action. Let's see.
Casting,
damn!
Yeah, because the casting time specifically says it.
Yeah,
Ooh,
Ruffy,
okay,
Ruffy,
awesome.
if you have rule questions, let it ride or not, and ask them later. Because sometimes I'm going to use Rule of Cool. I'm gonna house rule.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
Okay,
I am the DM. Okay. I don't play this card often, but I'm gonna do it now. Where do you want the spiritual weapon?
I want it to be right there.
Okay, so...
Yep. And can I have it take the form of a sword?
Of course you can. We'll just sort of mark its existence here. I'll have to move. I'll have to try to erase and move it later if you do decide to move it. Okay. And it does get an attack. The spiritual weapon gets an attack now, doesn't it?
Yep. It's let me just. Where's my what the? Oh crap. That up. That there. Spiritual weapon gets to make a melee spell attack, so it's my. Melee spell attack is essentially just D20 and my modifier, so that's D20 plus 3. Actually, no, spell attack bonus is 5 for me. So
if you're going to please roll it. I trust you.
Rolling it. I'm calculating it to myself
Okay.
to make sure I can roll correctly. That is a 16.
Roll damage.
And force damage.
Sorry, force damage. That's bludgeoning, isn't it?
No, it's force damage.
Oh, yeah,
Force.
of course it is. Yeah, I always get a little bit about that kind of damage. Okay, cool.
You're used to changeling system.
Kind of.
And that's 9 force damage.
Okay, and you're essentially you're barely making a dent. You've probably bruised it a little. Sorry, this thing is a big old pile of hit points. And you have not ended your turn. Okay. Flitty. Once again. Oh, that's going to be painful. Because he's on top of Sigwald's hat. Rather shivery at this stage. Flitty flies up to Froseth and proceeds to try the trick again. Unfortunately, kind of gets batted aside by Tentacle and shot with Euphoria. Breath goes a bit wide, so you sort of get and trying to figure out where the hell he's supposed to go, sort of flapping in the middle of the room, going, "Okay, I didn't expect tentacles in the face." Froseth.
I'm gonna hit it.
Okay.
Oh god.
Breathe on it. I don't think I'm gonna breathe on it. No. Well, that was in character, so. 18 to hit.
Roll damage. Yeah, it's
4 slashing, 2 fire.
It is kind of like chipping away at a very large rock, which you probably had to do in training a few times.
Yeah, and for my bonus action, I will use a key point for Flurry of Blows. That's a critical miss. First of the night.
Your first shot kind of bruises your fists on this thing's. What are you? Okay,
That was me clicking the wrong thing.
Yeah.
On the spellbook.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. First it bruises his knuckles and realizes just why they don't really seem to be hurting this thing very much. The hide is incredibly tough.
Okay, I still get the second attack
You
though,
do.
right? Yeah. Okay.
Giant flapping brick.
16.
Roll damage. And this is bludgeoning, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that doesn't really do a whole lot.
Wonderful.
It's certainly not as much damage as you expected it to do.
Good to know.
Okay, Sigwald. For starters, before you begin, you take
All right.
9 points of cold damage as this thing leeches just the warmth and life from your body.
All right. Mark it down. Ow. Okay, so I am going to dive out of the cloud of ice and take up position right here. Whoops. Darn it. That wasn't supposed to be. Ugh. Fuck. Right here. Yeah.
Oh, good. See, I make errors too. Okay, so you'd be right about there-ish.
And yeah. Yeah, right there. Down.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Got it.
So no one's in my line of fire on this thing. And still shivering, I look at it, glaring, and I say, "Now listen here, you abominable eldritch fuck." And my accent slips into Grayson regional accent. I have no idea what it actually sounds like, so I'm just going to make it up. "We was right in the middle of having a wake for my new friend's mom," and I cast Scorching Ray.
I love you.
Okay.
I-
Put up the spell
Oh my
card. so
God,
we know
I
what
love
we're-
All right. And this is going to be a normal roll. Here we go.
Holy crap!
I get 2 more shots with this, by the way.
Yes, but roll damage on the first one first, just so that we
Okay.
know what we're dealing with.
Okay.
Just so we get to see the ridiculousness.
Hang on. So,
If you click on the Scorching Ray in the chat box, it should automatically roll the damage for it.
oh, okay.
And that will include the
Alright.
bonuses you get for
Okay. All right. So,
Okay, so
Yep.
shouldn't I be rolling like 4d6 on a crit with that one?
no, it calculates it for you. Do not worry about
Oh.
it.
Okay. And so
Next.
I'm going to take 2 more Scorching Ray shots because of that's how I do.
Uh-huh.
All right. Another hit. And my hands are actually shaking.
Deep breaths. You're okay.
And I think
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, the last one, and the first 2, right? They shoot past Clarity, and all of a sudden the room is full of the scent of badly cooked calamari. So
Oh,
bits of this guy's wings start just basically melting under the heat. It roars in agony. And, I mean, it doesn't do more damage than you think it should, but it's certainly a whole lot more than you guys have managed in one shot so far. The third one does rather unfortunately go wide, but perhaps it is a mercy because the third Scorching Ray gives Darvin's mother's corpse the funeral pyre it probably deserves.
Oh, is very is like just Sigmund's like blasting off. He's like, "Oh dear."
He's like, "Whoops." Oh my God, I love this.
Darwin just kind of
So
glances over, it's fine, fuck it.
Sigmund's making a very chagrined face at Darwin, like, "I'm so sorry."
He's just like, I'm a little more occupied, it's fine.
Okay.
Okay, do you have a bonus action in mind?
I can't really do much with my bonus action as a wizard, so I'm just gonna leave it there.
Okay. Remy, first of all,
My bonus action is gazing apologetically at Darwin.
Remy, 8 points of cold damage.
Okie doke. Okay. Does moving into dabbing range count as a bonus action?
Moving into melee range counts as your movement. There's basically 3
Okay.
stages that, just to explain, there's 3 stages to any combat turn. There's action, bonus action, and movement. Action and bonus action you can take basically whenever, and movement you can actually intersperse between taking your action and taking your bonus action, just so long as you don't move further than your allotted movement speed per turn. So, like,
Okay.
you could move, say, 10 feet in one direction, cast something bonus action like, then keep moving the rest of the way and hit the thing as your action. Or any
Okay.
combination thereof. But no, moving, it doesn't cost an action. Movement is your movement. You're allowed that.
Okay, so she is going to move into stabbing range.
So whereabouts
Cast.
do you want to... Whereabouts do you want to move? Is
In
it
the
about
direction
there?
of where it's been burned open
So,
to stab at that end.
yeah, basically about there. Okay, so
Yes.
I just
And
move-
then cast Vow of Enmity
Oh,
to gain advantage on attack rolls.
okay.
And
so
also
you're doing
with
your bonus action first, casting Vow of Enmity.
yes.
Okay.
And with a buff thing like a Vow of Enmity, can I like the next turn cast the Divine Favor that gives the attacks another bonus, and still have a Vow of Enmity? Or is it like concentration?
Hang on.
You can only do one thing at once.
Concentration, you can only do one at a time. You cannot concentrate on...
This
Here's how concentration works. If you've got one concentration spell going on in the background, you cannot magically cast anything else. You can also...
okay, but so it has to specifically
actually,
say concentration.
yeah, if it says concentration, and yeah, this one doesn't look like it is. Let me just double check.
Concentration's weird.
Yeah, some of the paladin stuff is strange,
Like,
but the thing is
Only
that
one
if
concentration spell at any one time.
yeah, the issue is that if the advantage that you get is, you know, if the bonus you get is another advantage, then there's no point in using it because you can't have double advantage.
Right.
Yeah. No, I was thinking next turn the Divine Favor adds an extra damage, and that does say I did list it as concentration, but that's
Yeah,
for the next
but
turn.
channel divinity I don't think is.
Yeah, it
I'm
doesn't
looking-
say it is.
Can,
No, it's
can
not.
I?
That's why
not
I'm
in tab.
looking at the book. Can everyone please
Okay.
stop talking?
Okay.
Okay. Light spellcasting ability. Yeah, it doesn't actually specify that it is, therefore I'm going to state that it's not. So, yes.
Okay. That is good to know for next turn, but for this turn, going to stab it.
Actually, sorry.
With
One thing
advantage.
that I got reminded of when you brought up concentration. You did a total of 5, 9, 16. Fuck! Unfortunately, the sphere is still there. You did not break its concentration. Sorry,
Hmm.
I was calculating to see if the vast amount of damage Sigwald did was enough.
Okay. Huh. All right.
Okay.
Okay, go for
Now
it.
I'm gonna stab it.
Roll damage. Yeah, you're actually having to fight past the scorched and half melted wing to stab into some of the more lesser but still scorched meat of its side. It's a tough old thing.
It is far less squidgy than a lot of the stuff we've been encountering.
Yes. Okay, top of the round, Darvin.
Okay, I do have a question. Given that this thing is over 5 feet square, Am I still able to cast the dagger thing, the cloud of daggers on a square it occupies? I'm assuming no, because it's so freaking massive that.
Yeah, pretty much. If you were gonna cast it anywhere, it'd have to be in it, and unfortunately, your magic isn't.
Yeah.
It's not like Scanlan dimension dooring into the stomach of a dragon here, unfortunately.
Right. Yeah. No, I figured that wouldn't work, but I wanted to just double check it just in the off chance. Okay. In that case, I'm gonna do something that. Well, what the hell? I'm seeing. From where I'm at. Is there any way that I can see that, while we're hitting it, we don't seem to be doing much? Like the radiant didn't do as much as I've seen it do before.
You will have noticed that you'll have seen that Hazel finally hit with Sacred Flame. But either it was the world's most pitiful Sacred Flame, or it's not the absolute flaming horror show that it is in most things. You don't really know.
Okay. At least that much good. So then that would make, yeah, I'm going to be like, I'm going to try something else. So I'm going to try to cast, where is the, wait. Okay, there we go. I had to close the, that. Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Before, just a moment. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to impose my 4.
So it's got if it's
okay, 4 is imposed. I get this. It's intelligence score.
Dang it.
And also it is kind of immune to just about all statuses that this imposes.
Dang it.
So you've used your 4.
Oh well.
It has
I got greedy.
Absolutely no effect. It was a good thought. It was a really good thought. Don't get me wrong. It's just really unfortunate. So basically, Darvin, what does Darvin do to try to impose Hideous Laughter on this thing?
Uh-oh. Oh, there we go.
Out of character, my first thought was the world's worst knock-knock joke, but I can't actually think of one. So,
absolute doofus.
Yeah, basically. So, I didn't actually think that far. I don't. Well, actually, you know what? Given the, you know what? I pull out a feather and just start waving it at it, being just looking like an absolute loon. Just
one of the tentacles lashes out, nearly breaking a finger in the process, and eats the feather.
Ow!
Ooh.
I need that.
What the?
And it just looks at you.
Eat.
So.
Like I only thought of that because one of the material components was a feather that's waved in the air. I was like, fine, I'll do that.
Yes, unfortunately, your material component has now been eaten.
Well,
did you have a bonus action in mind?
Well, I will. Well, I mean, I've still got at least another another inspiration die I can throw out. Because if I remember correctly, I can't do more than one in one round, but I can have more than one person have one.
Yes,
is that right? Or
we've had this one before. Yeah, Froseth hasn't used his yet.
Right. Okay. Then I will throw one on to Remy.
Okay. What's being thrown onto me?
You have an inspiration die, which means the next time you roll anything, if you don't like how the roll came out, and I mean, to be fair though, she already has advantage.
Oh, I didn't.
Yes,
but
I do have advantage on all attacks.
It's been called now. So, but if both your rolls on an advantage are low, you can just and before I state whether it's succeeded or failed, you can say I'm going to use my inspiration die, and then
And
roll
we'll-
a d6
On any
and
roll?
anything but damage.
Okay. Good to know.
But yeah, saves, ability checks, attacks.
That is very handy.
Okay.
Check one, Indira. You're back.
Yeah, I think so.
Yay!
Which is good because it is your turn.
Yeah. So when I saw Sigwald do the fire thing, did I notice how much, how it affected him? Like whether it looked like it got an appropriate amount of damage?
It was an appropriate amount of damage for fire. It wasn't
Okay.
hurting it more than it should have. It's just that his pure magical output happened to be really excessive.
Right. Natural 20.
Amazing what panic will do.
Well, no, actually,
And shouting.
Yeah, from
I told you I'd have certain words for it.
Yes, from the sounds of it, A, he was getting really freaking angry, and B, wow, where did that cultured Belarus accent go?
So I'm going to try Firebolt this time.
Okay,
21.
roll damage.
Eight.
Yeah, it's about the amount of damage you'd expect for fire. It's not looking particularly bad, but you appear to be whittling it down, kind of. It's got
Okay.
it's got a few cuts and gashes. It's got a few burns. One of its wings is it's a bit melty looking, but unfortunately it can probably still fly. Bonus action? Clarity?
Looks like
Oh, we
she's
lost
locked
her
up again.
Oh dear.
Oh no!
Yeah, no, Clarity, we've lost you at this point.
We'll have her in soon enough.
That's alarming.
Don't want to skip our bonus action, but this is going to be a bit of a fight, so... Oop, yep, there we go. Particularly don't want to not have her bonus action, because it's the Urdroug's turn next.
Move between something and
Chairs.
something.
Chairs.
Move between
so-
chairs and hide as bonus.
Okay, she can
That's
definitely
pretty
do that.
smart.
Yep. Yeah, particularly given what's coming next. Okay.
Oh, no.
Oh no!
So let me see. That's so that would be 1, 2.
Okay, cool. Sorry, guys.
That's okay. It happens.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
So
Welcome back to the Doom.
And terror and infinite
that's
screaming.
2.
So it's a Monday.
Okay, control Z. So if we did 1, 2, 1, 2.
Oh, I should probably roll for stealth.
Probably.
Yeah. 23.
Good to know. So let me think about this for a minute. How would that actually work? Yeah, okay, no. Theoretically, first has done it the most damage, but Darvin just pissed it off.
Oh boy.
Oh dear.
Squish.
Duck and cover.
Squish.
What's your AC?
$14.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, as its massive hand descends towards you, you have a very brief moment to notice that it has claws. As you take 18 points of slashing damage.
Good God.
As its claws just basically shred most of the way through your armor on one side of the shoulder.
Okay. I just scream.
You guys,
because that hurts a lot.
yeah. Okay, I'm gonna remember where.
Darvin! Darvin!
Okay, sorry. Just gonna remember where the spiritual weapon was, because I needed to clear a couple of things out. So spiritual weapon was right about here.
Yep.
Yeah, because its other situation is going to be to move the sphere right about, there.
Oh.
I hate
little
this
shit.
thing.
Hazel, you take 8 points of cold damage.
Why? Why do you do this to me?
Because I'm the DM, god damn it.
Oh,
Ow.
So what are you gonna do?
I'm trying to figure out what I can do. Well,
Come on, my dude.
I'm going to. Okay. Clarity hasn't. I haven't seen Clarity get hit at all, have I?
Apparently not. And there's gonna be an issue in a minute because she's in the influence of this sphere as well, just by accident.
Yep.
Come on, my dude.
If I moved here, would I be in 30 feet of Remy and Sigwald?
I think you would.
2, 3, so yeah.
All right, then I am going to burn the 5 charges I've got still on my staff.
I'm sorry, but first of all, isn't isn't your staff of healing basically shot if you use all 5 charges?
It's a d20 roll. If I roll a 1 on a d20, it'll piff.
Okay, there's the other thing. As you're moving, you can see Darvin with a massive gash down his side.
Then I'm going to instead cure wounds myself at 3rd level.
Okay.
Because if I keel over, everything goes to shit.
Very true.
I'll just plunk that in there.
Okay.
3rd level. So that'll be... right, okay, what I'm casting at 3rd level, so life domain applies. That's 5 additional points of healing. Five plus 3 more, and it's it's 2d8 because I'm casting it at a level above 1st.
Okay.
I just jumped right back to full health.
Okay. Bonus action?
Spiritual weapon buffing him. So that'll be a melee spell attack. 20 plus 5.
Damn.
Oh,
That is a nat 20.
crit.
So 25 total.
Sorry, is that damage or to hit?
That's to hit.
Okay.
That's the melee spell attack to hit.
Yep, roll damage.
And spiritual weapon is 1d8 plus 3 force damage. Would I double that because of the...
How many dice were you supposed to roll? You double the dice.
Double the dice. So that's... Yeah, that would be... Alright, so that would be 2d8. And that's a measly 5. Ooh, both of those were 1s.
Wow.
I crit and I do nothing.
Wow.
It's it's
That sword's just chopping away, and
yeah, and it's getting to the right places, but you've kind of got to burn it down a little bit more, apparently, before you're actually going to be doing anything remotely like damage.
this thing is the biggest brick shit house of hit points I have ever seen.
Flitty at this particular point is sort of flying around in circles trying to decide what to do, at which point he sort of looks over at Darvin and is sort of going, okay, he shouldn't be allowed to hit you anymore. Hang on. Let's see how we actually do this.
Which I understand none of, and that's okay.
Whoop.
Ah, no!
it turns around and to first in Sylvan, then in Draconic, I'ma make him look like one of the dead things. Don't hit him. At which point, fairy dust sprinkles from Flitty's wings, and Flitty casts Major Image. And yeah, to the rest of you, Darvin looks like one of the barnacle zombies.
Do I realize I look like that, or
Can I see this happening?
Yeah, well,
Okay.
Flitty's already explained what he was gonna do.
Okay. Yes. Oh, yeah. Also, I heard everything. So
Yep.
so when my turn comes around.
Yes, you can babble in Draconic after all.
Yes, I think Flitty's counting on Hazel and Sigwald and Froseth to explain what he just said. But basically, I'm gonna make him look like one of the baddies. Don't hit him! And all of a sudden, where Darvin was standing, looks, smells, everything. Major Image is kind of impressive.
Okay.
Your image is scary as fuck.
And the huge thing has been looming over Circus. And then turns around to the rest of you, because
It's
it's not very bright.
That's good.
stupid.
That's good.
It's too stupid to be affected by hideous laughter.
Okay.
though you got to admit the sight of that thing falling over on itself, laughing, would have been great.
It would have. I know.
God, yes.
Unfortunately, it's immune to prone and charmed. So
Oh bloody hell!
yeah,
Hey,
quite a
this
fitting.
thing.
Okay, so that was Flitty's turn. Froseth.
Okay. So, since my unarmed stuff doesn't do much to it, should I try breathing on it? Is there a way I can breathe on it without hitting allies, first of all?
How big is your cone?
15-foot cone, if I remember right. Just a second.
It's 15 feet.
Yeah, you ain't gonna hit anybody but it because it's so
Completely
freaking
occupy the cone.
yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah,
occupying
15-foot cone. He just occupies the cone then. Okay.
The entire cone is taken up by this great tentacle.
Okay,
Do I have that here?
For extreme dragon blep.
So
DC for this
should
save.
be my con modifier is 1, making it 9 plus proficiency. So it's 11 is the DC.
Extreme dragon belching.
Okay, maths. This thing's con is +5. It makes it safe.
Ah.
Still
Still takes half damage.
Actually, it's resistant to cold.
That's good to know.
So yeah, this
We're not failing. We're succeeding in finding what doesn't work.
Yeah.
So that's
So it takes
1/4 the
3
damage.
Yeah.
No,
A
because
3, then half there.
and it's rounded. It takes 1 point.
1 point of damage.
That God.
Oh.
So
Why?
Frozen
Why does this keep
breathe-
happening?
Frozen, Sigwald and Remy haven't seen this before, so they just watch as Froseth opens his mouth and boof, 15-foot cone of ice breath, which it just sort of, it actually turns its wing a little bit in to put out some of the smoldering.
It just-
And then just looks at you. Looking
wasn't
down
so
its
stupid.
big tentacled face at your little silver ass.
That is alarming.
Okay, I can't flurry of blows because I didn't do a melee attack. Not that it does much anyway, because it's bludgeoning damage.
At least it does something, though. Just because
Well,
it doesn't
I can't
do
because
much.
it's got to be a melee attack.
Oh no, I know, but what I mean is, you keep talking about how little it does. At least it's doing something.
Yes, true.
Also,
One is better than
Flurry
none.
of Blows does apply some like CC effects if you use key points.
No, it
Doesn't it?
No,
I-
not at
That's
this
a
level.
completely
Anyway.
different
There's stuff I get later that I can use key
Okay.
points to apply a stun, but I don't.
Oh,
That's,
okay. All
That's
right.
still-
Besides,
That's
didn't,
not.
didn't we talk about we weren't going to discuss the rule stuff quite so much while we're
Okay,
trying to
sorry.
have combat?
All right.
Because we need
Okay.
to get we're slow enough with this. It is,
All right.
given some of us not being
All
able to roll straight.
Okay.
Namely me.
So, did you?
I'm going to use my I've got one key point left. I'm going to use that for a bonus action for Patient Defense to use the dodge action. Give it disadvantage if it tries to hit me.
Given the way it's looking at you, probably wise. Sigwald.
All right.
First of all, you take 8 points of cold damage.
8 points. Okay. I am bloodied. I am bloodied at this point. And
Excuse me.
Bloodied is a
I-
4E term. It's half health.
I'm
Well-
not proficient in 4E.
okay, well I'm down to 7 hit points. I'm in pretty bad shape. And but yeah, so it's like I stagger out of the cold, climb up onto the table, and as I do, I'm shouting, "Darvin, you've been disguised! Don't blow your cover!"
Okay,
And then
so
I
you're
cast
there.
another
I
scorching
take it.
ray.
Okay.
And then I cast another scorching ray, and as I do, I'm screaming like, "Get out of my dimension, you slimy varmint!" or something like that.
So Darvin, you've just been told you've been disguised, and that explains the shower of pixie dust from Flitty's wings and the reek, frankly.
All right. So I'm blasting away scorching ray again. That's another crit.
Okay,
Oh
roll
my
damage.
god, what is wrong with you?
I know you've got more, but
All right.
Damage,
So,
damage.
Roll damage.
okay.
Okay. All right. Another shot
Go.
goes in. That's a natural 1. Oh fuck.
Oh, good.
This one sets fire to the chair about 5 feet from Darvin.
Oh my god. Oh no.
Next.
All right. Anyway, okay, third shot. A normal shot. Finally.
Roll damage.
Okay.
What is with you?
You have no setting between off and high.
You're
Given the scorch marks and everything else, it's now actually starting to look a little bit the worse for wear.
it's like on fire right now. That's great.
Yeah, currently it's looking at you like up and over Remy's head, looking at Sigwald like.
Sigwald knows the meaning of danger, but he does not yet know the meaning of fear. So he's just kind of glaring at it like, "Bring it!"
He's at 7 hit points. He is frostbitten and all over him, and he is just staring down this thing like, okay, Remy.
Okay, Remy is going to use, what is it? Divine Favor,
Oh,
which is
poor Lyndira.
concentration. And then she's going to stab it again
Okay,
with her advantage attack.
roll damage.
And then the 1d4.
So that's 9, 10, 11, 12. So yeah, finally you're starting. As the black blood starts oozing down the blade, and you finally feel like you might be getting somewhere.
Also,
You've
when
got,
it attacks again,
sorry, go ahead.
if it attacks again, I'm going to remember I've got the protection fighting style to try and disadvantage it if it attacks somebody else within 5 feet.
It's got to be within 5 feet of you, which is why it couldn't have worked for Darvin. And where you're standing now,
I know it's too late either way.
Yeah, the way it is now, it wouldn't have worked for Froseth. Can somebody tell me what Lindira said, because I don't want to switch?
She said, "This is nuts. I'm gonna."
I didn't hear that because you were both talking at the same time.
And I was like, "Who wants to talk first?
Go."
Okay, this is nuts. I'm gonna try my PC and see if it's any better.
Okay, thank you. Right. So yeah, if you want to be able to use the protection with Froseth, you need to be standing just a little bit closer to him.
He's got disadvantage to hit me anyway right now, so.
Mm-hmm.
We're at. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Ethan, what?
We're at 6:20 as far as time.
I know. This is taking a little longer than expected. There have been a few interruptions.
No, I just meant if we wanted to go ahead and take a break now to give Clarity a minute to come back.
Okay.
That was all.
I just want to make sure that we get to the end of Remy's turn. Then that is a good idea.
Sorry, I thought we were. Apologies.
No, because I don't know if Remy wants to move, use a bonus action.
Sorry, I thought we had.
No, I already used the bonus action. And
for
she's gonna stay there.
For Divine Favor. Okay, cool. Okay, so coming on from that, Ethan makes a good point. We can take 5 minutes now, in the middle of this fairly, at the very least, nobody's unconscious yet. So we're gonna.
Yeah,
that might change soon.
That claw shot was brutal. Oi!
You haven't seen the cleave yet.
Yeah.
I'm down to 4 HP.
Okay, we're gonna take our 5-minute break now.
Okay.
Grab a drink, whatever. My sushi's never coming. I'm really pissed off because that was my dinner and I haven't eaten yet. So, we'll see you all in 5 minutes, hopefully after I've found, like, a biscuit or something. Smeagol making faces. They're still trying to take down the eldritch monstrosity that has crashed the party. No pun intended. Darvin, also keep in mind that if you attack it at all, your illusion fades.
Yep, that was
You know enough about spells to know that.
right.
And I
also,
did scream at him too.
You have that bleeding wound.
Yeah, which I was actually going to. What I wanted to do was basically skirt around behind it,
Where?
and and shuffle as far, basically along the path to the east behind.
Can you mark it? Can you?
I can't. Basically, I want to get like over here,
Okay, so
closer to the actual party, but not in the sphere.
Okay, so there.
Sure. And as I'm going, I'm slathering on what of the
Yeah, that's
whatchamacallit.
That would be your bonus action.
Right.
Itself.
And as far as actual action, I'm going to not because none of my spells, and I don't want to be actually attacking it. So yeah, no.
Okay, that's to be fair, that's actually probably helpful. Clarity.
All right. I would like to.
Before you do that, sorry.
Oh, right. Yeah, cold damage.
8 points of cold damage.
Damn!
You know what my dice are like!
Yes, I know. That's why I wince every time you roll.
Breaking our shit.
Okay.
Just be glad you haven't ended a turn in it yet.
I would like to skirt around behind this, like towards this way, or behind the chair.
Chair is basically right up against what remains of the wall.
Oh, okay. So I can't get behind there?
No.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna get. Let's see. However, I can get over here.
Yeah, you can get there fine enough. So there?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try something that. Do you remember those magic darts that I've never used?
Yes, you do.
Oh no!
I would like to throw one at it.
Okay.
I'm proficient. It's a simple ranged weapon. So.
We'll roll your attack to start with.
Okay.
This is about to get silly, isn't it?
20 plus 6. 16.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just double checking because it's been a very long time since you actually pulled those out.
Yeah. I have never used them.
Okay, roll me 2d4.
You have had these for how long now? Since the Golden Ale?
Yeah, like since February.
Since the market fair. Since the fucking market fair.
That would be a 3.
Okay. You see Clarity throw this dart, and you see it quietly explode when it embeds itself in the creature's flesh. It hasn't done a terrible lot of damage compared to the size of the creature, but just boom.
Does that take sneak attack since 2 of my friends are in melee?
I honestly don't know how the hell I would apply sneak attack to magic darts. Because
the dart itself is...
the actual dart damage is negligible.
Oh, okay.
The fact that it embedded itself in that skin at all is something.
Wow.
Okay.
There you go.
Was worth a shot. I've never used them before.
No,
bonus
that's a fair
action,
question.
Bonus action, I'll throw Ash offhand.
Okay.
18.
Roll damage.
3.
Okay, and actually it does just about as much damage as the exploding dart did. So hey, not completely wasted, because the dart itself is destroyed.
Okay. Yep.
And now this is the first time that, because I got really confused last session and hadn't realized you were actually in melee range with the thing, but I remember now. So yeah, now this is the first time that you see Clarity throws this fairly plain dagger, embeds itself in the creature's arm, and poof, vanishes in a puff of ash, and she's holding it again. Okay, the Erdroug is kind of done.
Oh no.
It doesn't give two shits about the sphere.
Sigvald's ready for this.
Oh man, this is good.
Do we get attacks of opportunity?
You do, yes.
How many?
How many
Everyone
of us
should get
do?
opportunity.
No, because he's gone over.
Oh.
Froseth does.
Okay.
Remy
Okay.
does. He's gone
Okay.
over the rest of you.
Okay.
That's the problem with shit that flies.
I hate
And we're
flapping
just this
things.
freaking
Are
large.
we rolling that now?
Yes.
14.
Just misses. Remy?
I'm gonna. Oh no, wait, no.
You might want to use inspiration. Oh, no. Shit.
We got to do it before I know if it misses or hits.
And that's why I've
Okay.
been I was very, very long waiting to see if Remy would, and now I let it wait too long. Not to mention that Sigwald already flagged it up.
Babbled.
So, no, unfortunately, this thing goes too high too fast. Faster than you'd expect from having one of its wings half melted. Sigwald, what's your AC?
It's currently 15 with mage armor, but I'm going to use my reaction
Wait a minute,
to.
hang on. First of all, when did you cast your mage armor?
Mage armor lasts for 8 hours, and I cast
Okay.
it just after.
Yeah, that's why I was checking.
Okay.
That's why I was asking. That's all.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it was a last session bit of hoodoo.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So hang on. That's. Oh no, wrong die. 5, 6.
All of your crits have made you a magnet.
I was asking for it by this point.
That's 12.
Great. Now the decision's given.
That's 12 points of slashing damage. You are.
I didn't even have to didn't even do an AC. It just went right through my AC. Did it? I didn't even see the roll in chat.
No, that's because I'm rolling the attack.
Okay. And it beat a 20, so
Yes,
because I used shield.
it still beat a 20. It's
Okay.
to let you know. Rolled a
All right.
15 and it's +9 to hit.
Okay.
Ah!
Sorry.
Oh god, that's terrifying. I do not want that thing looking at me funny.
Yeah. Well, excellent use of portents, Sigwald.
They wanted your face.
Yeah. Okay.
That does render you unconscious, if memory serves.
Okay. All right. So let's see. What, it did 12 points of damage?
Yes.
All right. So. Okay. And I'm all right. Okay. Okay. This is happening.
Oh crap! Who do I save? Who do I save? Who do I save?
The one who might actually die, you asshole!
Marvin's not in danger. He's disguised.
Okay. Look. Just Hazel.
Just play.
Actually, I'm thinking about it. Because I keep forgetting this thing has a bonus action.
Ooh. Feeling it's gonna
Move the demon ball.
Oh. Man.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Whew, that's a 5x4. What's going on?
Yeah, that's my bad. It's
Okay.
yeah, I had noticed that. It's just give me a second, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's then 3. 1, 2, 4. I think. No, that's 3x3 now. No, here we go. Bunk. Better?
Okay.
You're gonna have to stop, man. You really are.
Okay.
Okay, so Hazel, before we do anything else, takes 7 points of cold damage.
And I am, as ever, in the stupid cold ball. This thing has been pounding me this whole fucking...
The floor is yours.
Right, I am going to try to... Can I make it here?
So let me scroll the map down.
To
a
this
little bit.
square.
Yeah. Oh. Sorry, my bad. There we go. So there?
Yep.
Okay.
And... okay, 60 foot. I'm going to bonus action healing word at second level.
I don't think you can do bonus action for... I don't think you can use... Can you use healing word? I don't think you can use healing word as anything more than... But, oh, maybe it's a life domain thing. I'll check it out later.
No, it's just part of the spell.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I see. Cool.
I am casting it at second level. That puts me out of second level slots.
But on the other hand, you've got your primary damage dealer back up again.
Yeah. And since I'm casting it at second level, that'll be with the life domain, preserve life trait, and disciple of life. Yeah, I guess those two.
I get it. I get it.
2 plus spells level, so 4, and so it's 2d4 plus 4. And my spellcasting modifier, which is 3 more, so that's... Wow, that's actually plus 7.
Okay.
You now have 11 HP.
Oh,
I've been peeled off the floor by me shouting,
saved.
Yeah, you basically the last thing you remember is this claw coming down on you. Now you're You're awake. You're prone. You're bleeding. You are very consciously reminded of that pot of salve Froseth made for you, and this thing is looming over you.
It's my turn now.
No, it is not.
Okay.
First of all, that was Hazel's bonus action. What is
Sorry,
Hazel's
sorry.
action?
Oh man, do I have anything worth?
Well, despite the fact that I accidentally erased it, your spiritual weapon's still up. It needs to be moved.
That's a bonus action to move it. I can't do that right now. Alright, I am just going to fire a first level guiding bolt at it.
Okay.
Ranged spell attack. Nat 20!
Yeah!
I thought I finally hit something with the stupid laser.
Yay.
Roll damage.
That's 4d6 radiant.
That would be 8d6 because of crit.
Yup.
No, that's with a crit.
Yeah. Wait.
46 is what it normally does.
Yep.
I'm looking up the description. 46 is normal hit, so
Oh, my bad.
double the dice.
Rossi,
Ugh. Okay.
I know you're really excited. I appreciate it. And I'm sorry to keep at you. I really am. I'm not cross or anything. It's just it slows things up, and this is a pretty big deal fight thus far.
Holy shit!
Okay.
Nice.
I just hit it for 33 damage in one shot.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Oh my god, what did I just do?
Incredible.
Basically,
What did I just do?
Hazel points her warhammer at this thing and screams, "Burn!" And oh, holy fuck, it does. And this isn't the more damage than it should do. It's like Palor himself just went, "This is for Nora, you son of a bitch!" Wham! And there is a glowing spot pretty much directly on its chest.
Yeah, now everybody
Waiting for the first person to come along and exploit it. It's not looking particularly well right now.
And from Darwin, all you hear is the blah, blah, as I'm trying to cheer, but I'm disguised, so it's.
Yeah, it does,
But it's a very enthusiastic.
It does cover sound too, so yeah.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
At the same time, you see the barnacle sword arm thing waving, like, oh, but it's.
This is like something straight out of Shadow of War.
Flitty, meanwhile, does flap directly into the Urtraug's face again. This time, when it beats its wings, there is this bright flash of multicolored light that Clarity remembers fairly well.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
This is color spray. This thing, it makes this really discomfited noise, and it doesn't seem to be tracking visually very well right now.
Nice.
Holy shit.
You finally heard it enough! Here are the people who speak Draconic. And then in Sylvan for Hazel, thank you! Froseth.
Okay. So, with my 40 feet of movement, I should be able to get here, right? With going around the sphere?
5, 10, 15, 20, 30. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ask the ball of stupid.
Okay. Well, I'll try.
Is it
slicing
still keeping concentration?
It rolled a natural 20.
Ah, bloody hell.
Okay. All right, that's cool.
Never ask me that. It will always end up badly.
Okay,
But
just...
thank you for reminding me, but yeah. But to be honest, I think a natural 20 was the only thing that would have let it keep concentration.
What? What even are your dice? What are they, all golden snitches?
Probably. Anyway, Frozen.
So I hit it with a 22. So 5 slashing, 2 fire damage. I've got no key points left for Flurry of Blows, so I can just do a single unarmed attack. It's better than nothing.
Roll damage.
24.
Nice.
6 bludgeoning.
This thing. And that, you unfortunately you didn't even use the advantage that Guiding Bolt gave you. You didn't need it. It's gone now, but it's just a damn good thing you didn't need it. So all I will say. Yeah, this thing is now looking incredibly rough, mostly thanks to just the initial damage of Hazel's glorious golden fuck you.
And all the firebolts.
Sigwald, you are currently prone. It will take half your movement to stand up.
Okay. Now, I have a let's see, this is kind of... So, I'm looking at this, I'm realizing I'm bleeding, but I'm also on the ground in front of this thing where it can keep slapping me. I'm gonna take care of the more clear threat of this son of a bitch cutting me up again, and I am going to Misty Step right... Hang on. Let me bring up the spell card, sorry. I'm going to Misty Step, and I'm going to try to move 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Over here. Sorry, wrong tool. Right about here.
Okay. So, Sigwald is surrounded by silvery mist, and then poof, he's on the other side of the room, basically.
Yeah, and I'm going to use the rest of my movement to keep walking away, so like about here. And as I do, I'm going to be using my action to apply the salve.
Solve, but yeah.
Salve.
Salve. It's a
Yeah.
thing. Goop.
Flower gump.
Okay. Remy, first of all, takes 7 points of cold damage. There's been at least 1 6 in the rolls for all of you, by the way. It's 2d6 cold damage. Every time there's been 1 6.
Why? This fucking cold ball.
Like I said, just be glad you haven't ended a turn there yet.
Given it's been sort of haunting us, I don't think any of us want to.
Anyway, Remy, you have
Okay.
you're taking your cold damage. It is now your turn.
Vow of Enmity is a spell and not a cantrip or whatever. That doesn't count, right?
I
Pretty
thought...
sure it is.
I'm not entirely sure what you're asking. Vow of Enmity is...
If it takes up, uses a spell slot.
No, it's...
No, I think it's just part of being a paladin.
Oh.
It's a channel divinity.
It's a channel divinity, like
And
like what the cleric can do.
you have 2 of those, I think, at this point. Basically, you have a certain number of channel divinities, and you've used 1 on Vow of Enmity thus far.
Okay, so I do have a spell slot then.
Night goes night boss. Meow.
Meow. Very loud cat.
Yeah.
And then Remy
Here she
will
is.
charge forward and smite it.
So basically there.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Roll damage.
Okay, so that's 2d8 for that, and then I got the 1d4 for the other spell.
Okay. How do you want to do this?
And-
That's twice now. My God.
So she's probably charging forward and lunges under the beast to thrust up into it and slice down across all the underside and apparently cut open something important. Just kind of scoots under the beast and tries to get out before she gets crushed.
You see Remy, her armor coated in frost, the frostburn starting to creep up the sides of her, what little of her you can see under her helm, and takes the sword across this thing's chest, slices through most of the tentacles, cuts across the front of the chest, deep enough so that you're seeing, like, organs and things in there.
God.
And then it topples over sideways, so thankfully not looking about to crush Remy. The sphere dissipates, and silence reigns. Flitty removes the major image from Darwin at that point.
Oh, sweet Paylor, that was insane!
Sigmund takes a knee and is just breathing heavily.
Zygwald! I'm walking over and I'm trying to recall if I have any of the potions on me to shove into his face.
I think you probably do. Unfortunately, it was Gally who always kept the best notes, but
The potions are probably mostly in Lindira's stuff. She's
yeah,
carrying.
one thing Remy and Froseth, given how close you are, make me perception checks, both of you. Remember, you still have those inspiration dice?
Yeah, I'm going to use the inspiration.
Natural 20 for Remy.
And a 6 for
15.
On a good move.
Yeah, Remy sees it first, probably because she's very sensitive to what kinds of things her sword winds up moving around when she shifts them through a body. She had been expecting the scrape of sword blade on wood and metal. In the hole that she has opened in this creature is a box about the size of a bread loaf, probably made of driftwood, but even under the ichor from inside this creature, it is oozing black. And just under that gunk, Remy can just about see the crest of Starcoast. I mean, it's oozing the black stuff they said not to touch. But Remy and Froseth are the only two close enough to actually see this. Currently, Yeah, I figure that as far as potions go, you would have divvied them up between the 2 bags of holding, so you've both probably got an equal number of the, because you had the 4 graders, didn't you?
Yeah.
So you
So
probably each got 2.
I'm dumping a grader into Sigwald.
Okay.
Okay. So Remy will try to scrape
Howie?
away a bit of the goop
What does a
to
greater healing
get a better
potion do?
picture of the box.
Ending out. I think it's like 4d4 plus 4.
Okay, 4d4 plus 4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll go with that for the time being.
Clarity, can I get one of those?
Yeah. I hand him a greater healing potion.
Thank you. That's gonna leave a mark.
This is the first time I've ever hit with either of those. Oh, sweet Taylor, that was crazy.
All right, I'm just
And,
gonna roll 44 and
If,
call it.
assuming that I'm like standing next to Hazel because she was the one who came up to check on me, I'm like, yeah, that was a perfect shot. Good one.
Where's that accent from? That's not city talk.
Yeah, that's grazing. I tend to slip into that when I'm stressed or angry.
Yeah, you guys do know the barony of Grazian. It's just to the east between here and basically Belarus and surrounding governance area is the next thing after that. But it's all farmlands and it's grazing land, cattle, horses, a lot of good horses actually, and it's basically the only barony in Baronsvere that's not run by humans. It's run by halflings.
Ah. And I'm hugging Sigwald. Like, squishy McSquish hug.
I'm just like, and like, oh, and I'm just kind of like giving her a reciprocal pat on the back.
Okay.
You officially win.
Yeah, Furseth does notice that Remy's sort of carefully poking around in the wound with her sword and sees the outline of this box. It takes a minute because she has to poke, like, bits out of the way.
Why are we spelunking in the body?
I've now run over to Clarity and I'm checking her over.
I'm
I'm
fine.
pretty sure the
I
box
barely
we're
got
looking for
hit.
is in the body.
Okay, sorry. Clarity looking a little frostbitten, but it's actually nothing. A good night's sleep wouldn't help. Sorry, Froseth, you were talking over each other, so I didn't hear that.
I said I'm pretty sure the box we're looking for is inside that thing.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, I think we found it.
Oh, good.
So
Oh, that's
Remy's
good.
So I won't have to
Drag
find
it
out
out.
this thing's got however many eyes like the other thing. Great. Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, it's unfortunately, as previously stated, oozing from the between the lid and the box is that black sludge.
I'm making my way over to the
spelunking expedition.
Yes.
I'm
try to use my
probably
quarterstaff to try
walking.
and help pry it out without
I'm
touching.
probably walking over there with her, and might be using prestidigitation depending on how well responsive, being kind of like being like scraped aside with that with prestidigitize.
Not so much. I mean, you can.
Okay.
You can clear away some of the blood, but that's not enough to lift a box.
Okay. Well, I was just trying to clean it.
Yeah, well, the
It's
black gunk's
oozing
not.
stuff.
Yeah, the black gunk is not shifting. The black gunk is not just dirt.
It's
Okay,
actually
all right.
coming out of the
Okay.
Out of the seams and the tiny
It's
gap.
oozing black. Wow, they remember we said they infected the heart, so that's the infection.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Can I
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is there any? Can I make an insight check to see if I can tell if there's anything I can do regarding prayer or that sort of thing?
That's not an insight check. That's a religion check.
I'll do that then.
Insight's about people.
Got it. Yeah. Is there anything I can do? Prayer. What the? No, not advantage.
We'll take the highest, leave it alone. You still have no the fuck idea.
Can Remy do religion too?
Yeah, you can.
Did I hear Hazel
I'll
ask?
do my own religion check too.
Right. Heck with it. While everyone's doing this, I'm gonna join in with this deal.
Can we all do it?
Yeah, why not?
You don't all have to do religion, you know.
Okay. I'm probably gonna be doing Arcana.
Can I do the same?
17 Arcana.
I don't think I have anything that would be pertinent.
Theoretically, you have jack of all trades, but you could do straight in.
25.
Ooh!
Woo!
All right. I'll do a straight int check, I guess. Would it be int or wisdom? Probably int, right?
Either or. There's different ways
The
of looking
arcane
at it.
bastards.
There's different ways of looking at it. There's always
I'm gonna go
different ways of looking at it.
I'll go wisdom, actually. Nope.
Yeah, basically, you're just going, ow, and holy shit, and this is the heart of my home, and it's oozing black.
Yeah, basically, it's like I remember enough to go, well, it's infected. That's the infection. That's the symptom of the infection. We need to cure that somehow. How we do it, I ain't got no bloody clue. But I know enough to tell you that that's what's going on because I remember because that's what we were told.
The three of you that made that made religion checks. This is so far beyond what you guys have normally been. It goes so far beyond the average teachings that. What do you do with black cosmic leakage? This was not something that the temple or the monastery ever prepared you for. The two of you approaching it from the point of view of, I don't know, magic science, as it were.
Just general magic.
You're not, neither of you are sure that this will work, but, you seem to recall there was a certain amount, Clarity in particular, recalls that there was a certain amount of, when you stepped into a clear zone and you had muck on you, it burned away. It did some damage, but it burned away. It's possible that bringing the heart beyond the flower barrier will burn away the sludge. Now, how much damage that will do to the heart itself, you don't know. It depends. Clarity will figure it depends on how strong the heart was, how strong was the barony. All Sigwald knows is something magical in those flowers burns away the fog, the sludge. Why not bring it into a clear area and see how it goes?
Okay.
So, are we thinking taking it outside of the flower?
Well, I mean, if we do it, yeah. Well, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, anything that we do to it here is going to be hampered by the fact that we're still here. How about we get out? Like
we need
it's
to
all,
get back to the inn,
or just out of here entirely. But yes,
we definitely need to get out of here.
The risk we take with taking the heart out of here is that it could cause some damage when the infection burns away.
Well, yeah, but
I don't think it can get any worse at this point.
I mean,
It's true.
either we take it through and it survives, or we destroy it, which is what the plan was, either to clean it or kill it. This will either clean it or kill it. Either way, hey.
Right.
How
Just
quickly
want to
can we
make
get
sure
out?
we're aware.
Yeah,
How quickly can we get out? Because I can keep someone warded from, well, evil. I don't know how much or how well, but I can do something about that. But I can only do that for 10 minutes.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Long enough to take it out and put it in a bag.
Do not put it in a hole.
Don't put it in a bag of holding.
A normal bag.
You're muted, Ethan.
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm just talking softly. Sorry.
Of course, there is another option. Relay raise mage hand.
You.
Carry it with mage hand?
Well, Flitty said, because, I mean, it only lasts for a certain amount of time, but Sigwald has it.
Clarity has it. Yeah.
Flitty has it.
It only lasts for a minute, though.
Yeah.
It's going to be quite a juggling act if we minute at a time.
All right. Out of character here. I want to look at the deal on mage hand for a bit. Hang on.
On the other hand, if you're just trying to get it into a bag, that's one way of doing so without touching it.
Mage hand it in the bag. Let's run.
Do we have a regular bag?
I'm sure if you go digging, you can find one. There were a few bags and various things in some of the guest rooms.
I have my priest pack, which counts as a bag, and it's in my bag of holding.
I've got my own bag.
Yeah.
Also, what is...
Yeah, but keep in mind, you're probably not going to want to keep that pack if you put that in it.
Yeah, right.
So you might want a bag that isn't actually earmarked for something else. And seriously, there are 6 guest rooms that you've already been through that you saw a few bags in.
Yep. Okay. Let's grab a bag and.
Okay. Meantime, Sigwald's actually thinking ahead. He's thinking, what can I bring out of here to show people in the outside world that this crap is going on? Can I bring anything out safely? He's trying to think while everyone's doing this.
I mean, you're not even 100% sure what's going to happen when you take that bag outside the flower barrier.
Good point. So.
People may just have to take you at your fucking word.
Right. Okay.
You have a bard to do that.
So, Sigwald ain't got nothing.
Before.
Sigwald ain't got nothing. He's just gonna help. He's just gonna help out. He's like, okay.
Flitty is currently burrowing.
I'll follow your lead.
Flitty is currently burrowing into the bit between Sigwald's collar and his scarf. That was very cold.
Oh my goodness.
I'm glad you're all right. I say in Draconic.
At least I helped some and nobody got too bad.
Mm-hmm. Well.
Okay, we need to go before another one of these things possibly shows up.
There might be more than one.
Or the thing flapping around decides to visit.
Of course.
We have the bag?
I'm assuming that by this point
somebody
will have...
Alright, I cast Mage Hand and take the heart and carefully stick it inside.
Yeah, this thing is...
Oh god, it's starting to seep out the seams. Let's go.
Yeah, to be fair, for the moment, it's contained. I'm going to say that you found a good, sturdy, weatherproof leather bag.
Is it changing colors? Does it look like it's changing colors?
Not yet.
Can we go?
Let's go. I agree with Donovan. Let's go.
Time to run.
Be careful with the quasi people inside the kitchen.
You never said you were necessarily going out that way.
I know, but let's not draw any attention from those people. Let's
get out of here with
Sneak,
the
sneak.
least amount of attention.
At this point, you've got a massive hole in the wall, and you've got beach, which is, at the very least, won't have the issue of walls covered in slime.
Let's go that way.
That
That way looks pretty clear. Let's go that way.
yeah.
Okay, let's go that way.
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a good plan.
I'm with Dobbin. Let's
Let's
do
book it.
this.
Okay, and how are you going? Are you stealthy, speedy, or just tromping?
I recommend speedy.
All right.
Go fast. Go fast.
Okay, athletics,
Go fast.
athletics checks from all of you.
Oh shit! I'm gonna get fucked.
Oh,
That's
man.
4.
Oh,
Alright.
14. Not as bad.
6.
4.
So basically,
where is
you've got Clarity and Remy jogging moderately easily.
19.
Darvin is moving with the speed of I'm holding this fucking bag full of pure evil.
That and also the strong urge to put the final resting place of my mother far behind me.
Meanwhile, Froseth, Sigwald, and Hazel have sort of stopped about halfway through, wheezing.
Because I shouldn't have tried to sprint.
I'm usually a lot better at this than this.
Real quick.
We need to
You
go.
better keep sprinting
I
because
am
we gotta
weak as
go.
anything. Come on, guys. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm just go.
Yeah,
Dark
At
one's
this
on.
point,
That's why I was rolling the perception because I'm assuming with a 19 I'm ahead of everybody else. So I'm booking it. I don't even notice.
yeah.
They've stopped. I was rolling a perception to see if I actually noticed them stopping.
I know.
Gotcha.
Signal's
Okay.
probably trying to put on what bursts of speed he can to just keep up.
Yeah, so basically, it's burst of speed, wheeze, 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 burst of speed.
I'm more built for endurance.
I just think it's a rhythm. I'm just like
I'm built for bursts of speed. I don't have the endurance for the long run.
I'm like
You guys have, let's face it, you guys have had a hard day. Okay, so does Darv, okay, you know what, given that perception check, he doesn't actually even notice when he runs past the flower bed until he's a good 5 steps out. And the only reason he really notices it is because the bag he's holding bursts into flames.
Oh my god.
You
What do I
guys are
remember?
pretty far behind at this point, and all you see is Darvin go out
Oh,
of the fog,
jeez.
and then boom, this burst of light from.
and I'm like, how much damage do I take?
What the hell?
Serious, how much damage?
7 points of fire damage.
Okay, I'll take it. Because that was that's accurate.
Did we
I
see
have seen
this
this
happen?
flash of light,
Oh,
and
yeah. I mean, through the fog,
I
it's still
saw
there at the
nothing.
moment.
I was pretty far behind, probably.
Luckily, most
Can,
of that.
can I
No.
try to book it there again?
You
Now
yeah,
having-
by this point, by the time everything comes more or less to a head, you've all more or less caught up. Some are in better shape to talk than others, but you get there.
Like, the fire, like, because it as I was running, so the wind pulled it all. Like my hand's fine. It's my arm that's a little. I'm like,
And there's this
sure?
there's this lump of
On the ground.
it
Is it
smells.
still burning?
It is still burning. It smells appalling.
Can I prestidigitation? Try to
Uh,
put it out.
You can, but it keeps burning.
Oh. Okay.
Maybe
This
we
is-
should just let it.
This isn't just the
Finish.
leather. This isn't just the leather burning. This was what you brought it
heart.
out here to do.
Yep, this is the heart. It's burning out the infection. Let it burn. Let it burn. Let it burn. We got to wait and see if there's anything actually left.
Right.
For the sake of all the people who live here, I hope there is.
You and me both.
Right. Go over and pat Hazel on the back. Awkwardly.
All of you make me an insight check. Darwin has advantage.
Okay.
I'm watching the
17.
and 2 nat 20s.
25.
I made an 18.
Yep.
21.
17, rolling again.
What is even with us?
24.
What?
Okay.
We're observant today.
Okay. You all feel it when the barony dies.
Oh.
It's not violent or... It's like the last gasp of an elderly relative who is in a lot of pain.
Oh.
The fog remains, but what you can see of it is less malevolent now. And there's small fires springing up inside the city. It's possible that that town is just going to be that foggy, haunted, half-burned town in a inconsequential spit of land forever. Unfortunately, I rolled to see how far along the infection was, and it was an 18.
Sigvald's probably at this point standing up, looking past the barrier up at what he can see of the town, and saying to himself, I wonder if the magic can be restored ever.
Froseth hears very quietly the voice of Petunia. Thank you. The flowers look a little less bright now. And from what little Froseth can understand, there was enough left of Petunia to go to wherever is next. It didn't consume her entirely.
Oh, that's good at least.
What?
What's good?
Oh. Right. Keep forgetting you guys don't hear that. Petunia, what's left of them?
Sigvald's taken his hat off at this point.
Well,
I'm going to offer up a little prayer. Whatever short, mumbled nonsense I can recall. Fairly.
and I'll play it.
He's
I'll
just gonna keep looking out to the fog, look for more monsters.
There doesn't seem to be any movement in the fog anymore. It's just regular fog.
Well, that's a good sign.
Doesn't smell as bad.
Wait
Wait a moment. Wait a moment. Wait a moment, everyone. What about the flying beast? Is the flying beast going to still be there once the fog lifts? What's it going to be doing?
I'd rather not find out.
The two of
We're
you
not gonna find out tonight.
Remy and Froseth, that fog is not gonna lift. It's just gonna be a mark that this is a haunted place.
Hmm.
The rest of you don't know that, but Froseth and Remy, the flying beast is not visible. It's probably gone elsewhere. But the fog, while it's not going to be malevolent or tainting, and the people in it won't be mutated and killed, the fog is still going to remain. It's the mark of the death of the barony.
Well, at least we stopped it. We didn't clean it, but at least we stopped it.
Oh, thank Paylor we're alive. And I'm latching on to Clarity.
Hey,
Can we go home now?
pat her again.
We should.
Can we get the people out of the inn?
Yeah.
We gotta go back to
should
the
do that
there.
tomorrow.
Yeah, go to the inn and then go home.
All right.
Yeah, the
I'll follow your lead.
You guys, you can make your way fairly easily, alternating between the outside and the inside. That tingle that you had from your various touchstones has stopped. That feeling of ephemeral spiders all over you when you step into the fog has stopped. There's no threat to it anymore. It's just fog. The sludge is fading more than anything else. It's not completely gone yet, but it's gotten thinner, and it'll probably be gone to wherever it is it's going soon enough. There are no monsters either. It's possible that what of them survived went down to the Undercity and beyond into the Underdark. Or they could have just vanished without trace. You weren't there,
Dissolved.
You don't know.
Mm.
All you know is that the streets are empty.
And we're not hearing the gurgling sounds anymore.
It's a different kind of empty than just late night and no one's there. I mean, for starters, it's like lunchtime.
There's
But
it's
more than that, there's a ghost town feeling to it. The last bit of life that's left in it is around the piecemeal, and you can almost feel that that's just sheer force of will from Francine.
like a candlelight.
It's almost as though nobody cares about this place anymore. That's dreadful.
Mm-hmm. That's the death of a baron. That's the destruction of a heart. That's what we were trying to prevent. That we couldn't because it was too far gone. So it was.
As long as it's not spreading.
Well, not from here.
No,
There are other areas of this
barony
stuff.
borders, won't it?
Well,
People just end up leaving.
Something for tomorrow.
I wonder if a barony can be restored, or if not the
Well,
barony
that's neither here nor there.
specifically.
We've got bigger concerns because this isn't the only place this is going on.
Right.
Yeah, let's
No.
get the.
Is there anything left of the heart? Or is it just ash?
There was, when the burning was done, there was effectively ash and things so badly burned that you couldn't tell what was wood and what was not. Whatever was in there that was the heart, it's not a substance you can really... It's not something you can really identify with that much damage done.
Okay.
So what do we get to see when we make it to the piecemeal, if we do, by the...
Well, the inn is still there. Francine is still trying to serve up a lunch. People are looking a little less panicked.
Hang on, just a moment. I'm looking for my charger. Don't worry about me.
They're looking a little more impatient to be gone rather than panicking. Francine is still has that look of, this is my bar.
Hey.
What's happened? Something's wrong.
What?
What's happened?
We stopped.
Well,
We stopped the infection, but it was too far gone.
tomorrow we are going to be getting all of you fine people somewhere safe and not in the middle of a cursed but technically no longer dangerous fog.
Francine looks at you. We can get ourselves out, thank you very much. Taking care of ourselves
Are
is
you
worse than this.
absolutely sure about that?
It's Francine. Just
So she
don't.
takes the wooden spoon and not enough to do damage, but quang alongside the shoulder of her armor. You shut it! This is my place!
Remy, we'll let her have that for now.
Sorry, Francine. I tried to tell them. Sorry.
Which
Sorry.
way is she sitting there and going? Right. Obviously, I can't stay here. I don't like leaving. This is the last place I had Eric. But there's not going to be a lot left of a bar. There's no point if it's just me who cares. The Frowning Trout's still on the border, isn't it?
Right on it, I think.
How's old Reg? You guys remember what you found at the Frowning Trout, right?
Death.
Yeah, it's not.
It's the oh boy, I don't know how to say. Process, clarity, help.
It's not somewhere you want to go, and it's worse off than here.
It's more.
I'm sorry.
It's more destroyed than here, maybe. But someone's got to be at the edge of here saying why you don't want to be coming here.
It's a good point.
All right.
And if anybody could do it,
You can have someone from Goldendale come out and help, maybe.
That's up to you. But if I've got to build myself an all new life, I may as well start now. You want me to? Do you want me to talk to those uppity bunch of halflings off to the west? You don't. You all don't look in any shape to do it.
Uppity halflings. Which what is this?
You weren't here for this, Sigwald, but
Right.
I met Mama's family. Well, my Mama's family, and they're the bunch of halflings, and they're only a couple of them are nice.
Okay.
the guards were nice.
The guards were guards.
Tell you what, I'll send anyone who wants to talk to you up Goldendale Way. I don't imagine you're hard to find.
No.
At which point she just starts packing up what she can.
Can I
She clearly
help her?
doesn't. She does not want to engage with you people. She does turn around and say, "I'm grateful, but I got."
Let's go.
All right.
Oi,
Let's go.
oi, Bard.
Oh,
Rummages around under the bar, digs out a fairly dusty bottle of whiskey, hands it to him. You're the last of this barony. This is the last of
I
the
am.
good stuff. Shoves it at him. One of the best batches I ever made. Drink it in good health. He goes back to packing.
I just very carefully hand it to to clarity to put in the bag.
All right. I stick it inside carefully.
So what do you guys want to do now?
So I think it's
Sleep.
time we should start heading back, right? Does
Yeah,
anyone remember how to use the...
what these two
We
don't
should recover.
what these two don't know is that you four actually have a boat.
Is that any... Froseth, did Lissy tell you how to use the boat?
Yes.
Yes.
Right, let's take the boat back then.
Can I say something? If we're leaving, Sigwald would like to say something as they're stepping out.
Okay.
I don't know if I ever said thank you for letting me stay here anytime I was here, but thank you, truly. I'll always have the fondest memories of this place.
Francine sort of looks up from her packing, looks Sigwald up and down, nods to herself for a second, and goes very briefly back to rummaging through what appears to be a bookcase. Pulls out a very old, very faded notebook, flips through it a bit, tears out a page, and hands it to him. It's a cupcake recipe.
Again, thank you very much.
Do we go? Oh.
Frenzy just sort of find someone who can bake well. You'll need that to do it justice. And goes back to her packing.
Hubba.
God, we broke the bar.
This is
Is that in character, by the way?
I just look over at Sigwald. Guard that with your life.
You do actually remember the cupcakes, so those cupcakes, and then you suddenly twig to why they are the Cupcake Coterie.
You named yourselves after these cupcakes.
Okay.
Little bit.
Sigwald's laughing.
You know,
For probably the first time ever since he got here.
It seems a little fitting, at least. I mean, we started here, and, well, I figure if this place is going to be abandoned, at least we can carry on its name in some sort of way. The cheeriest sort of way possible.
Good point.
Best way.
Good point.
And on to
the boat.
To the boat.
Just as Hazel's heading out. I heard about what happened with the crockery.
What?
Oh dear.
Oh no.
When I reopen, you're not barred until you do that shit again.
Not doing it again.
Well, then you're gonna be welcome. I'm gonna
Thank
shoot
you.
you out the door.
As I resist the urge to go, no, she's not bard, she's cleric. Glad I didn't say that when we were in there.
Boo.
Tit biscuit. Okay, yes. These guys lead you through the deserted streets into one of the outskirts docks where there is it's not a ship, but it's a decent sized boat.
Look, I know she's not much, but it's a riverboat. It'll get us where we need to be. That's all we ask.
Hopefully fast, because all the stuff that left the Undercity is now wandering the freaking woods.
Well,
I am happy for
We don't want that-
anything at this point.
it'll fit.
You know why? I want to make sure they don't get anywhere as far as home.
Anyway,
It'll fit the six of you within enough to let four of you lie down and get some sleep while two of you take watches. For the sake of expediency, It is an uneventful day and a half's journey. It does, however, mean that you get to the tiny little dock that marks the road to Hearthhome very, very late. There is a light that's apparently just been left for you guys. And on top of the little lamp is curled up Sunshine. Clearly keeping the thing from burning out or burning down the dock. And
No.
You're back!
We're back.
Oh, we gotta
Most
be
of
quiet.
us.
We gotta be quiet. And leans his neck over to where there is a little tent. Is Evan and Skylar and Keth is sort of off hiding, but he doesn't want them to know that he's watching out for them But I gotta go wake him up. This is a small yellow fairy dragon, by the way. Sunshine is a small young yellow fairy dragon. I'ma go wake him up, and he looks over. Turn to Flitty and going to Draconic because clearly it's the language they're best in. You're not sitting on the dragon, man. This one talks to us. Oh, hello. My name is Sunshine.
Hello, Sunshine. It's very nice to meet you. I'm Sigwald.
Tries to shake the offered finger. You're gonna meet the Hearths. There's a lot of them. And most of them are really small and real excitable. And ooh, you got a book.
Mm-hmm.
Mom lady has a book. This could be interesting. And then flies into the tent. About 5 seconds later, you hear in unison very young voices. And out of the tent comes tiny 4-year-old, red-haired, freckle-faced gnome who launches himself at Darvin's calf, basically. Yeah, and Darvin obviously bends down and whoop.
Yep.
And little half-elf girl, strawberry blonde hair and pigtails, launches herself at Froseth, reaching for Hazel with the other hand.
Oh.
I'm attaching myself to this hug.
No!
He'll bend down to.
Sigwald's beaming.
And looks up and you made more new friends. Hi, I'm Skylar.
Yeah.
Hello, Skylar. I'm Sigwald. Nice to meet you.
That's not Miss Nora.
I imagine I go around introducing myself and stuff. And
looking at Remy. That's not Miss Nora. Where's Miss Nora? And they see the looks on your faces.
I'm just grabbing Evan even tighter.
I still need to breathe.
Oop, sorry. Nora didn't make it.
Skylar sort of walks up to
Tighter
Remy.
hug for Skylar.
Yes. But Skylar
Darvin's
returns the hug and sort of squirms out of it a little bit and walks up to Remy. Still a paladin. That's Tritherian, right? I don't even know if Noms is listening because he's a bit busy typing at the moment. Yes, you've got a 6-year-old half elf going. Still a paladin. That's Tritherian, right?
Yes. Hi.
Hello, my name is Skylar. One day, I'ma be a paladin of Bahamut.
That's a good goal to have.
And then tries its.
Darwin's crying.
You're very
Trying not to, but crying.
You're shorter than Miss Nora.
Well,
I'm looking to see if Keth has wandered out from wherever he was yet.
Keth, no, he's clearly doing the non-intervention policy thing, but it's entirely possible that because you haven't seen the 15-year-old half-orc, that he's caught enough to be waking up other family members at this point.
Let's come on, let's go up to the house, right?
Yeah, let's go. Yeah. Okay.
And at which point, Skylar, in slightly broken dwarven, goes, "I learning better now."
Yeah, let's go.
Adorable.
Froseth gives a little chuckle, picks her up, and puts her up on his shoulder. It's very good in Dwarven.
As I recall, Remy had Dwarven probably written on her character sheet.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
she's
didn't get around to choosing the second one, but whatever would be common and makes sense.
Just
I figured
just about
Dwarven was it.
just about anything. In some place like Belrace, Dwarven wouldn't be a bad one to know because they tend to do a lot of the trade with the tinker gnomes and the rest of it, and they are good with weapons and armor. That's nice to be able to understand their language, just in case they might be trying to cheat you.
And then I clicked the wrong thing again. So now it just
Yeah,
says
see, Dwarven probably.
You utter Dorcas.
So you guys, the Sigwald and Remy are led down a little country road through some pretty nice farmland. I mean, it's autumn. The first harvest is done by now, and there's a bit of a bite in the air, and but we haven't quite reached the start of Oral's reign over over the seasons yet. But apparently this is home to Hazel and these two, and Skylar is sort of just turning around and looks at Hazel a bit thoughtfully, then turns to Froseth. "I think you're probably better with things like manners. So I don't know how much happy chatter I should have with because we have new people and they should know what we're about a bit, but I don't want to stomp on, as I remember when Mom and Mama were sad when Bella died, but then turns around to Remy and Sigwald. "Okay, this is Hearthhome. Mom is Twilly and Mama is Miranda. They're halflings, and they're married, and they love each other very much, and they take in people who haven't got so much families, or
that
Okay.
is
whose
very nice
families
of them.
whose families
I
aren't."
understand. Okay.
And a little bit of happy would not be bad. So
Yeah.
we could use it. It's
Going
been
to
rough.
reach down and hair ruffle.
Oh no, she's
Reach
actually
over.
on.
You'd be
she's
looking
on-
up because she's on.
Yeah, I'm
Versus-
gonna reach over. I realized halfway through saying that. Reach over.
It's for Hazel, it's up though because he's 6.5 feet tall.
Really far up. You'd have to jump.
At which point, Skylar reaches down and ruffles Hazel's hair.
Oh boy.
This time you're fine.
Yes. We had roast pork for dinner, and there was some leftovers. So, if you're
Oh, that
hungry,
sounds delicious.
usually is. Mom is a great cook. After about a mile and a half's worth of walk, you end up with this. It's basically a house built into a hill. You've got the little roundish door and the little roundish windows and window boxes, and there's a kitchen garden off to one side. And there's an outbuilding a little further along past the barn, which these four look at with partially, longing for their own beds, but also a little bit sad because that's Nora's room in there and she hardly even got to use it.
Can I see the scarecrow?
It's midnight.
I'm still gonna have a look.
You're gonna have to check in the morning. It's a little too dark to really see anything at this point.
I can't see it.
Lights come on in the lights are on in the windows of the little house in the hill. Remy is actually fairly comfortable in this place. Furseth has to kind of duck a little bit to keep from banging his head on the ceiling. It's built for smaller people. Inside, there's a halfling couple. One is about the average halfling size, sort of puffy, blonde hair with slight threads of probably premature white in it. It's tucked up into a haphazard bun. Clearly thrown on the first dress and apron that came to hand, and is actually having a mage hand fix the rest of her hair while she works on heating things up. Keth let me know that you were going to arrive. Hello to our newcomers. There will be some food on the table in 5 minutes. I'm Twilly, by the way. Miranda will be out to greet you in just a moment. She hasn't got quite the same help I have with my hair. And Miranda, tall for a halfling. Not quite Remy's height, still a bit shorter, but all the same. Very, very long brown hair reaches nearly to the backs of her knees. She's trying to tuck it into a ponytail and going, I really should not sleep with my hair down, should I? And Twilly's going, you wouldn't be able to fit your head on the pillow if you slept with it up. Fair enough. Maybe it's time to have it cut. Don't you dare! All right. Hello. Welcome back, all of you. Except for you two, which is just welcome. I'm Miranda, Hearthheart. I take it that you've joined our Hazel and our Froseth and our Darvin and our Clarity?
It would seem so.
Something like that, yes.
Good. They could probably use the support, honestly, given what they've set out to do. Actually, Remy does recognize these two. The blonde, yeah, that is the infamous Twilla Quickflight of the Quickflight diminutives. These two are former mercenaries.
You're among celebrities.
Remy,
suitably
you okay?
Yeah, this looks and goes, I know that look. You were under Carter, weren't you?
A little while ago, yes.
Yes. How is the old fart doing, anyway? Must be about
Still
retired.
in one piece.
I would have thought he would have hit retirement age by now. Some old goats never die. And Twilly looks over at Sigwald and goes, you joined the Belarus University, but you were quite young, weren't you?
I did. I didn't realize anyone noticed me. Should I know you?
Twilla,
should I recognize you?
Probably not. I only came, I'm long before your time as a student, but I did sit a couple of lectures, and I remember when that hat was too big for you, you're mostly hiding under it. Listening, you could feel you listening. College of Abjuration for the most part.
He's met Andre.
Oh!
Wait.
How she?
She's doing quite well. I do believe she also asked me to take a message for you to the highs and how are you doing, how are you fares, etc. All those niceties and stuff. I feel like wait. Sorry, and this is where I'm having to drop out of character for a bit because I feel like Sigwald would recognize her just by having heard of her, but not actually having seen her.
Well, he probably would have seen her, but he might not have got a name precisely.
Yes.
This was when he was fairly young, because he joined the university a bit sooner than most.
Right.
But he would have remembered the momish-looking lady that just about everybody in the staff seemed to defer to.
Sigwald!
Are you Twilla Quickflight?
I believe
the abjuration specialist.
Uh-huh.
The abjuration specialist with a capital T.
Well.
Also possibly A, but I'd rather left. Please don't tell me you're going to try to get me to accept tenure as well. I have children.
Of course not. No, of course not. I'm just delighted to meet you in person. And also, I am not quite sure how to emotionally handle this. I am meeting a celebrity, after all. This is really exciting. So, again, and I bow.
Oh dear God!
Famous.
And I bow, like completely like bend in half at the hip. It is very nice to meet.
Twilly taps him on the shoulder and then hugs him.
Hmm?
You're part of the family now. Now wash your hands and sit down. There's going to be some dinner. You need to get some decent food in you.
Get used to that.
Okay.
Miranda just shakes her head. That's how things are. Listen, it's very late, and we appreciate you bringing the little ones in. They've been hovering in that little campsite of theirs for about a week, and it's starting to get cold. So, you have your dinner. I suppose, for the moment, Remy should probably have Nora's room. Clearly they've heard, so you don't have to go into that again. We'll bring in a cot for Sigwald in the lounge for now, and we'll see about something over the next few days. Please do explain to them about the whole base of operations bit of business. He'll probably want a room of his own on the upper floor anyway, because if I remember anything about my student days, I did like to watch the constellations a little bit, just to get a bit more sense of things. And we'll go over your spell book a bit later, young man, because I think I have some ideas for you. But for the time being, like, sets down plates.
Sigwald's like a little bit like, oh my god, oh my gosh.
Sigwald's over here fanboying.
I grabbed him and I'm forcing him to sit down.
Please,
Okay.
you'll and Miranda's just going, please, you'll be fanboying much more about her cooking than about her magic in about 2 minutes. But
Best food.
I'm
like right up in Sigwald's face.
There's what appears to be apple and cranberry turnovers, as well. Save those for dessert now. Don't go spoiling your dinner. We've had a bit of a long day, so we're going to go back to bed. Eat your fill. There's more in the icebox. Remind Sigwald not to touch the icebox, no matter how interesting it looks. And we'll wake you up for breakfast in the morning. We won't get you up at the same time as farm chores.
Poking the icebox does things. Things that you don't want done to you. You ice block. Bad.
I don't need to be told twice.
Yes, if Sigwald does out of
Unfortunately,
curiosity,
I don't even need to know why.
To be fair, given that Sigwald is arcanely trained, if he looks over, he can actually see a few glyphs he recognizes as being part of ice enchantments on the box. That's a really complex, long-lasting sort of deal.
Being used as a refrigerator.
Being a whole magical ray for a fridge.
Sigwell's just like, magnificent. Okay. All right.
Food time is now.
Yes, somewhere in the middle of the meal, you have one of the last non-child. You'll meet the rest of the children next session, but what you do have is little green woman with fairy wings, about a foot high, a pixie, come down and to sort of land next to the apple and cranberry turnovers. Oh look! Not made of stupid! In Sylvan.
Oh, come on!
It's the only way I know how to say that you did the thing without burning you! New people. Where did the nice lady with the understandy hat go?
She didn't make it.
She went like my family went?
Mm-hmm.
At this point, Clarity takes one of the cranberry apple turnovers and stealths away.
I think I know where that's going.
And Sigwald, kind of reading the mood about this fairy being sad about Nora, tries to say something funny. To heck! Oh, sorry, no. Damn her killer in particular.
The pixie sort of looks over, because the pixie doesn't understand common.
Oh.
This has been in Sylvan the whole time.
You don't know that the pixie couldn't understand.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Well, no, it's said anyway, and it does make sense if you don't know that Sylvan's not... And Sylvan is the only language that pixies speak, but you don't know that.
Okay.
And I just look at him.
You get this perplexed-looking little green woman just blinking at you
I'm
like...
glad to know that works.
And then looks at Hazel. What did he say?
I translate as best I can.
Damn is one of your words, isn't it? It's one of those
yeah.
words.
One of those.
Does that mean bad things happen to the person that made the lady with the understandy hat not be alive anymore?
Yeah. And if that wasn't enough, we're gonna make sure more bad stuff happens to the bad lady.
And then just sort of flies up, settles on top of Sigwald's hat. It's a righty thing.
Oh my god. I am getting... Hell, first Flitty, now a pixie. I'm starting to wish I also learned Sylvan at some point.
Hey, Sigwald.
Maybe you could learn.
Right.
Hey, Sigwald. Your hat is going to be dance party central for everybody.
Should we make little seats?
Yes.
Put along the
put
brim.
Little seats on his hat.
I'll be sure to set up some alternating colored lights on top for appropriate atmosphere for dancing to.
Are you
That's
translating
so
that?
We're gonna put seats and lights on it.
I could
You
do
can
lights,
only
and she casts dancing lights around his hat.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just
I can do lights.
Mini rave on the man's hat.
A rave on top of my hat as soon as Hazel suggested it. I was like, they all right. If they'll enjoy it, boom, dancing lights in all colors.
So it's both the pixie and Sigwald casting dancing lights.
And now I'm tapping the beat on my little drum too. It's like the D&D equivalent of.
And
Okay,
Sigwald's just sitting there patient while everything.
And on that note,
one taps on his head.
As while people are having dinner and watching the one pixie rave on top of Sigwald's hat. What is Clarity doing besides out of character being kind of sad she missed this?
She's looking for Noop.
Noop is still curled up on Clarity's hassock. That's apparently his spot.
Okay, so I find him there. I go to Nora's room. I take out her old warhammer out of the bag of holding and set it by the door. And then I pop out 3 of the furry animals and go to my room and just sort of curl up in this huge pile of furry animals.
Oh.
Okay, we've got an 8, a 6, and Norman. It's always freaking
The fucking fuzzy thing.
The 6 is a giant badger named Ramona.
So Norman and Ramona, 2 badgers. Okay. One bigger than the other.
Yes, rodents.
What's the 8? Or it was 8? A giant elk named Dolores.
Yeah, she's named every animal in her bag of tricks.
Every single one.
She's cuddling with 2 badgers and an elk.
Yeah, and every time she's had to pull animals out of that bag of holding, there's been a 3, and that is Norman, the very courageous badger.
I don't remember what it was he was trying to hit, but he couldn't reach.
The banshee.
That's what it was.
Yeah. He tries very hard.
And we love him.
So basically, Clarity is curled up. Is it that in her room or Nora's room?
In my room, because I know that Remy is supposed to go to Nora's room.
So yeah, so essentially, Clarity is curled up with Norman the badger, Ramona the giant badger, Dolores the elk, and Noop.
Yep.
Probably also gets Flitty sort of roost on Dolores.
Buried in a wall of cuddles.
Buried in a wall of warm fur.
Yeah, by the time the rest of you get in, Remy will see, she'll be led to a door that, for now, still has Nora's name on it. I don't think they could bring themselves to take it down right away. But sat by the door is it's not the superb make of these 4's weapons, but it's a pretty good warhammer. And there's a sword rack, an armor stand, made for someone a bit taller than you. But
so when everyone,
usable.
Sorry.
For just quickly, for Sigwald, they've set up a cot and a couple of nice quilts, and there's a little note that says, "We'll start building tomorrow morning."
Sigwald probably just goes straight to sleep. It's late at night. He's actually a early to bed, early to rise person against the college stereotype.
But with the farm boy stereotype, he'll fit in pretty well around here. Sorry, Froseth.
Yeah, so when everyone goes back to the rooms or whatever, instead Froseth makes his way over to that spot they made for him with the elements there for his meditation and his own personal training and whatnot, and he goes there to meditate on like what happened with Nora and whatnot, and probably ends up passing out there instead of actually going to a proper bed.
At about 3 in the morning, because keep in mind this is the fairy dragon's favorite we're talking about here. He'll probably sort of half wake up at around 4 in the morning and find that there is a quilt and there is a Skylar sort of cuddled up with him. And if he's not coming in, she's going to at least make sure he's warm.
No.
Not that cold really bothers him, but
yeah, but she doesn't know
the gesture
that.
is appreciated.
Well, she doesn't
Did you
know
just
that.
say the cold never really bothered you anyway?
Well, yeah, because he's actually cold resistant.
Why are we frozen memeing?
And that is where we will wrap up the session until 2 weeks from now. Well,
What
just a little
a day.
under 2
God, we
weeks from now.
survived.
Okay.
Happy
Sigwald
New
was the
Year.
absolute epitome of talk shit, get hit.
Yeah.
Look,
Whacked
you
on.
crit hit on this thing twice. Between you and Clarity, you and Hazel. Hang on, very briefly before we go. We are looking at 400 XP apiece
Yay!
for combination what you killed and your RP.
Okay.
And we will see you in 2 weeks' time for your first proper encounter with the Hearth Hearts.
All right.
Yay.
Yay.